What changed? Okay, your ex-wife came forward during this run. Her name's Lori, and Lori Snell, and she came forward to say all these negative things about you, allegations, as you point out at this particular time in your Senate run. So, what changed? I understand how the media got super interested in it in a way they hadn't been before, but had something changed between you and Lori at that particular time?
Well, no, not that I know of. In fact, the custody modification that was filed, Megan, was filed back during my run for Congress, and it largely focused on extracurricular activities or homework during COVID. And if you remember, schoolwork during COVID was really challenging when everything shut down and schools didn't really have a rhythm for how they were going to do virtual schooling. I had one laptop that I'm on right now, and I was getting three different notifications for my kids. They've got a Zoom class at 11:30, and then there's another class on Class Dojo. It was just super chaotic. So it was a chaotic time in general for I think not just our family, but every family. Um, so I don't really know what changed, other than I was running for a higher office.
Mhm. She I mean, we'll get right to it. She filed a case against you to challenge the custody situation. It was heard by Senior Judge James G. Arner, and the hearing it was early November
Yeah.
2021. Okay, so
Yes.
it was after you had come on our show and in the midst of your run. That judge said in his decision that the children love and feel safe with you and their mother, both of you, and that both parents provide proper care for them. That judge said, under the circumstances, it would seem that the parents should have equal time and equal say in the decisions regarding the children. However, that arrangement has been tried and is not working, primarily because both parents refuse to communicate and compromise. Both parents are now seeking primary physical custody, and the court says it must decide between, quote, two good parents by applying factors and facts of the case and the needs of the children. The end goal is the best interest of the children. Now, that so far to me is very contrary to the media narrative, which, as I said at the beginning, was so cruel to you. I mean, very unfavorable to you. This judge is saying, I have two good parents here, and both children, all the children, you have three of them, love and feel safe with both parents and say that they are properly cared for by both parents. So the judge is basically saying, I want you both to have shared custody, just the way it's been, but you two can't get along, and that's not working. So now I'm being forced to modify that. So, okay, I'm going to. He considers all the evidence, the arguments, including testimony of the children who did not testify in open court, but privately, and that he heard. And he awarded primary physical custody to your wife, your ex wife, and sole legal custody to Lori. So she got so that this is the thing that so upset you. Uh,
Yeah.
so it was shared custody 50-50. Now it's primary physical custody and sole legal custody. So she gets to make all the decisions on schools, on medicine, on religion, all that stuff. And you get partial physical custody, which is like every other weekend, something like that.
I get I get the first, second, and fourth weekend of every month, which basically boils down to 3 days a month that is uninterrupted with a custody exchange. So the order didn't just overturn a 3-year status quo of shared custody. It overturned a lifetime of me being in the lives of my kids for every moment, large and small.
Mhm.
And it was tough. I as someone who loves this country, I believe in the system, I trust in the system, and I'm never going to stop fighting for my kids. But this ruling was extraordinarily tough for a lot of reasons on our family. But when you look at how the state of Pennsylvania evaluates custody, they look at 16 factors, Megan, and it covers a wide range of things. Um, in the ruling, three factors favored my ex, and two factors favored me. The one that was the most significantly weighted was availability and the fact that in the trial court's own words, I was the leading candidate for Senate. I didn't testify to the fact that I was the leading candidate for Senate, but that those were the words in his opinion. I did testify to the fact that, hey, I thought we were going to win. I felt it in my bones. So my thought to remedy that was, okay, if three factors favor my ex and two factors favor me, if I withdraw from the Senate race and make sure that the court knows, and that my more importantly my children know that they are my only priority in life and I always put them number one, then maybe I can file a motion for reconsideration. And then look, we've got two factors that favor her, two factors that favor me, and maybe I can get at least salvage, time with my children and get them back into my life
Yeah,
equal
get
time.
back to the 50-50.
Yeah.
Ideally more of a fair arrangement on legal custody, like the decision-making authority. So you drop out of the race. But before we get to what happened next, I think it's very interesting because you're right. I looked at the decision myself, and the judge did not say Sean is an abuser of Lori or the children, and therefore the children are going with the wife, which is how I think this was kind of spun. The judge, as I said you're both good parents, and the children feel like they've gotten good love and proper care, and the judge had no reason to dispute any of that.